What's good, y'all? It's your boy Lobby. We back at it. Vlog number 5 of my prep journey. All right, so today we got phase 3. So in my last couple of vlogs, we were focused on phase 1 and phase 2. What's changing within these phases is the amount of sets and reps and intensity that we're doing. So with phase 3, it's a new split. So for day 1, we have legs. Day 2 is back. Day 3 is chest and shoulders. And day 4 is arms. Before, we were doing day 1, legs. Day 2, back and biceps. And then day 3, chest, shoulders, and triceps. Okay, so that's this little distinction with that. So today we have chest and shoulders. We're about to get it in. Let's get this work. Let's get it. So for today's chest and shoulders, we're doing, like I said, 3 sets of 10 to 12 for every exercise. And we're going to failure for almost every exercise. So to start off, we're starting with the top shelf, like I like to call it. So we're focusing on upper chest first. So we're gonna do a incline fly, then we're gonna do an incline press, then a flat press, then a shoulder compound. So either doing a dumbbell shoulder press or a Smith machine shoulder press. I'll probably pick Smith machine just because it's gonna feel better. And then we have lateral raises, and then finish off with some type of shoulder exercise that I haven't done in a while, or some type of unusual shoulder exercise that I haven't done in a while. So I'm gonna think about that one a little bit towards the end. Just to give y'all a little bit of an update, it's week 5, it's the end of week 5. So I'm 15 weeks out, going on 14 weeks out from my competition date. And I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still energized, I'm sleeping very well. I am in a calorie deficit, and it's still low carbs for me. So still eating about 200 grams of carbs, 200 grams of protein, and 77 grams of fat, just about. And my calories are about 21 to 2,300 calories. It just depends on where my macros sit at. So as long as they hit that 200 for carbs, 200 for protein, and around 77 for fat, then we're all good. So the purpose of the deficit right now, and why I've been in a deficit, is for fat loss. Okay, so a lot of you guys have probably heard it, in order to lose weight, in order to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit in order to do that. So that means you have to be burning more calories or taking in less calories than you would burn in a day. And that's what I'm currently doing right now. So to put it in perspective, right? My maintenance calories around when I started, and even right now, was probably around 3,000 to 3,300, right? At my heaviest, at 225, my maintenance was around 33 to 3,500. Now I'm all the way down to 2,200. So that's down like, about 1,000 calories. So it's definitely been a huge shift for me, but again, I'm getting used to it, and it's not affecting my lifts at all. I still feel very strong. I'm still able to get all my lifts in, and yeah, I don't feel weak at all just because my calories are lower. So that's for sure a good sign. Okay, even though we're doing chest and shoulders, pretty much upper body, I like to get the hips warmed up a little bit as well, and as well as my spine by doing torso rotations. Just always remember the body's connected. Loosen up anything that might feel tight, okay? Because you definitely don't want it to be tight, and it could limit your range of motion and what you're able to do and how much you're able to do when you're actually lifting, even though it might not have anything to do with what you're actually lifting. So since we're doing chest and shoulders, I'm stretching out my hips and my lower back right now. But most of the time, your hips and your core and your glutes and your back are gonna be involved in some way, shape, or form to help stabilize or help out just the rest of your movements and your lifts. So I like to get everything loose before I get started. So we're ready to get started. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna start with an incline fly first. I'll get the handles ready, and then we'll be good to go. Let's get it. Get a quick warm-up set real quick. Cool. So that was a warm-up set right there. So we'll go right into our first working. Okay, so remember we got 3 sets. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, with these, right, feet are gonna be staggered. You're gonna come up, walk a little bit forward. Okay, feet staggered. Okay, chest up the whole time, shoulder blades depressed and pulled back. Okay, the handles are gonna be at an angle. Okay, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna come up at an angle. You're gonna squeeze the chest as you come up. Okay, squeeze right in the middle, and then bring it back down nice and slow. We're gonna pause at the bottom for a second and then come right back up. So with everything that you do, you want to make sure that you're focusing on the muscle being worked. Okay, so it's a chest and shoulder day. And even though we're hitting chest, right, the chest is divided into two different heads, right? So you have the top, okay? So you got upper chest and then you got mid to lower chest, okay? So right now we're just focusing on the upper. So since we're just focusing on the upper, that's what you really want to really engage in as you're going through these movements. So because we're coming from the bottom, right? You want to almost like flex the upper chest as much as you can. Okay, really try to feel what that feels like. Okay, right before you start. Okay, get your core engaged so that you're not leaning on your lower back. Okay, engage your core. Okay, get it ready, get it set. And then as you come up, right? Notice how as I come up, I'm already flexing my upper chest so that it's already being pushed up. Okay, once I get all the way up to the top and squeeze, then I have full engagement. Okay? You can never just go through the motions with any type of lift. Okay, so it does take practice, it takes time. For you beginners, you might not feel your upper chest right off the bat, but again, with practice, you'll get it. And just the more you do it, the more you do these lifts, the more you do these exercises, and just try to go through proper technique, proper form, okay? Going through it nice and slow, trying to feel and squeeze the muscle and contract as much as you can, and also feel the stretch as well. It's gonna be the best way to go about it instead of going through the motions. We also got about 2 minute break in between, so give you some time to recover. Okay, on this last set, notice how I pause in the stretch position. Okay, so I think I've talked about in previous vlogs that the stretch is probably gonna be one of the most important parts of the lift. Okay, right? There's two portions of there's two different phases of your lift, right? There's the eccentric, which is the stretch, and then there's the concentric, which is the contraction. Okay, so just as much as the concentric, the contraction, okay, actually like squeezing the muscle, getting the most out of it is important. The stretch is just as important, if not even more. Okay, because that's where the muscle building stimulus is. Okay, so you want to get a full stretch out of it, full range of motion. Okay, so I'm pausing right at the stretch. Okay, taking out any momentum. Okay, and isolating that upper chest. All right, cool. It's 3 sets. So we just finished incline flies. Now we're gonna do an incline press. Okay, so we're gonna go incline chest press right over there. So let's get it. Again, we're gonna do one warm-up set and we'll be good. Sometimes in between sets, I might start to feel like a little tightness of some sort. So I just try to stay loose in between my lifts, in between my sets, by stretching just a little bit in between. So same thing with the incline press. Okay, so we're gonna really focus on the stretch, okay, of the upper chest. And then just making sure that we're not taking tension off of the chest at all, okay? So, y'all gonna see what that looks like. Going to a failure thing is different. Next set. Okay, now we got 2 plates on it. All right. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That was failure right there. That was for sure failure. See, the tricky thing about going to failure, but trying to focus on the squeeze at the top, plus the eccentric of actually feeling the stretch and pausing, it might catch you off guard. Like, it's easy to just kind of pump out the weight, right? Anybody can do that, right? If I want to just pump out the weight for 10 to 12, I could do that. But when you actually start to slow it down and try to focus on that mind to muscle connection and the contraction and the stretch and pause, it takes a lot more out of you. It requires a lot more from your central nervous system to keep that control. So, you know, you're under more tension for a longer period of time, which is gonna tire you out even faster and fatigue you even faster. So, I guess that's the point of taking it to absolute failure, right? But it's definitely a lot tougher when you do have to slow it down instead of just kind of pumping them out. There's a difference. And I'm starting to notice that too as I start, you know, my posing routine and posing practice. We won't show y'all that yet. We're gonna touch on that a little bit later. But yesterday after my leg day, I was kind of just messing around, and I've just been watching a lot of videos of different people, different IFBB pros in the classic physique, you know, doing their poses and doing their posing routine and watching the transition to see how they move, just kind of understanding the art of bodybuilding and classic physique, because it really is an art, right? I'm starting to understand that now. So I'm starting to get that, the way they move their body and the way they're able to really tune in and showcase, you know, the amount of mass and definition that these people have on, you know, on their bodies. So it makes a lot of difference when you're able to really apply the two from your workout into your posing. So it does make all the difference. And apparently the posing is the hardest part. That's what I keep on hearing. So I'm like, oh, that's the hardest part? All right, then fuck it, bring it. Let me start watching. I mean, I haven't started practicing for real with my coach yet, but I'm like, oh, that's the hardest part? I'm like, bet. I'm gonna just start watching people pose now so that I can, you know, kind of peep game and figure out, you know, how they moving and what are the winners doing? You know what I mean? How are the winners posing? How are the winners moving? Okay, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm pumped, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, this is gonna be the last set. We've been doing so many sets, I'm like, damn, that's it? Y'all remember phase 1? It was like 5 to 6 sets. Now we're just doing 3. I'm like, damn, that's it? That shit did hurt though, don't get me wrong. That shit was painful. It's the end of the incline, okay, and the upper chest. Okay, now we're gonna go to flat. Okay, so we're gonna do a flat chest press. Coming up next. Ooh, let's get it. That shit was hard. My triceps trying to take over for a minute. That's how I know. So I know it might have been a little too heavy. I still felt it in my upper chest, don't get me wrong. But if it was just a little bit lighter, I think I would have been able to really hold the squeeze and hold at the bottom a little bit better. So just being mindful for next time I do it. So again, just understanding the purpose of what this phase is and what the purpose of doing these lifts is for. So we're not focused on absolute strength here, right? Pushing with everything. We're really trying to focus and isolate here. So always food for thought, always thinking that, always remember that, have in the back of your head. So you still want it to be challenging and heavy enough, but you still want it to be enough to where it's gonna be, you know, a great squeeze and wherever you're supposed to feel it at. All right, so we got regular chest press. Okay, same thing, 3 sets, 10 to 12. And with this one, okay, we're gonna go 3 to 4 seconds, okay, negatives. Okay, so going extra slow coming down and then really firing off. Okay, coming down real slow and then coming up forward. Okay, so this should allow us to stay at this weight the whole time. Only got 2 plates and a 25 on each side. So it's not stupid heavy. Again, we're focused on the contractions and the stretch here, especially the negatives. Okay, going into the second set, same thing, focus on a 3-second negative coming down. On the third set, it's gonna be regular tempo, so it's gonna be banging them out for the last one. All right, set number 2, let's get it. Okay, one more. This one's gonna be regular tempo. I definitely feel my tricep on my right side tighten up a little bit. I think that's what's making me a little bit more fatigued as I go through the set. Last set. Okay, regular tempo. All right, cool, 3 sets. We're gonna go shoulder press. Okay, so we're done with chest now. So we did incline flies, incline press, and flat chest press. So now we're gonna go shoulders. We're gonna go Smith machine, shoulder press, 3 sets, 10 to 12. And then we'll go lateral raises and then one more delt exercise and we'll be good. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna superset. Okay, we'll superset these 2. So we'll do the shoulder press and then we'll do lateral raises with that. So we'll just put them together. One thing I will say is with lower carbs, I don't know if y'all could tell, but like I space out like so frequently, you know? All right, that was heavy as hell, man. Okay, so superset with lateral raises, 10 to 12, and we're doing 3-second negatives. Damn. All right, that was 10. That was 10. Ooh. These pumps is fire though, I will say that. I'm getting some pretty nice pumps right now. And I feel pretty lean. That's 3 sets. Good on that, we got one more. We'll be good to go. Still didn't figure out which one I want to do. All right, so we're gonna go cable front raise. Finish off. For our lateral raises, right, that we did over there, that's gonna be mainly side delt, okay? For the shoulder press, it's gonna be a little bit of everything. So the whole delt, especially front and side. And then now we're doing front raises with the cable. So that's gonna be more focused on the front delt. I like doing it with the cable just because the tension is gonna be consistent, constant throughout the whole range of motion. So the tension at the top is gonna be the same as I come to the bottom, right? With dumbbells, right? You have it and then you kind of lose it. So you really have to control it coming back down. But with the cables, the tension is constant the whole time. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, whatever, take the time to really fine tune, you know, things like your intensity, your mind and muscle connection, your tempo, okay? Because that's what's gonna make all the difference when it comes to your results, okay? If you're not pushing it in the gym, if you're not going hard in the gym, if your intensity is not at the level that it should be at, right, which should be relatively high, you know, then your results aren't gonna come with it, okay? So you can't just come into the gym and do a couple things and just expect results, right? Obviously, if you're a beginner and you're just, you know, starting to get into the gym, you know, that's fine for, you know, for a pure beginner. But if you've been doing this for a little bit and still not seeing results, then you might want to check your intensity and see how, you know, check your intensity, check your form, check your technique, okay, your tempo, and really fine tune those things for the people who are more intermediate and advanced, who are trying to see better results in their physique. Okay, last set. Whew. All right, that's 3 sets. All right, that's a wrap. Okay, so again, this chest and shoulders today. Did incline flies. It's actually where we started. Incline press, flat chest press, shoulder press, ladder raises, and then front raises with the cable. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank y'all for, you know, keeping up with me. Okay, if you haven't already, please like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't, and also click that notification bell as well, just to keep in contact and just stay in touch with what we're doing here. All right, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get in my cardio, 30 minutes, and then we'll be good to go. So I appreciate y'all, much love, and we'll see y'all next time. We got pull next time, and again, we're gonna keep on getting it in. And I'll update y'all on what we got next, all right? Y'all have a great day. We out.